Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 17th of April. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give an overview that we can all collectively relate to. Of course, this week sees an enormous event with the solar eclipse, the first of the year, right on the last degree, which is a critical degree in astrology, 29 degrees Aries, the anaretic point, but squaring up with the mighty but tiny Pluto. What does that mean? We also have Mercury slamming on the brakes the next day on Friday through to the middle of May in the sector of everyday money. But actually Mercury forges a very constructive link this week with the feisty Mars, so I need to share that with you. But if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me once more. If you're new to my channel, it's great to have you with us. I'd be honoured if you'd subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. So let's just explore what we start this week. We have the Sun and we also have Jupiter and CHIRON in the sign of Aries. And if you recall, right at the start of Aries season, we had a new moon. So what makes this week really notable is the second new moon in the sign of Aries in a month. So really rare. And Aries energy is about freshness. It's about initiation, drive. It's the start zodiac sign. And it's where we really get things going. It's that germination energy. But sometimes that means, a bit like the Fool card, we have to take a step into the unknown. But the other way that we can use Aries energy is to inject greater drive and fire, because of the fire nature of this sign, into ongoing plans. So it doesn't have to be a start plan. But because the Sun moves on Thursday, immediately after the eclipse, into the sign of Taurus, joining up with, of course, Mercury, the North Node and Uranus, I feel that whatever ideas we're germinating this week, they need to in some ways be ones that can then pretty immediately become more tangible. So it's not just about the thrust, it is about what we can actually manifest into something more tangible and lasting. Where does Pluto fit into this? Well, I feel that there could be some pain with the gain, because when the Sun and Pluto are squaring as they are this week within 3 degrees, we can get some growing pains. We could resist some change that we need to make, cling on to what we think is important to us, but somehow or another events can seem to have an impact on us which doesn't necessarily make it feel like we're in control, because Pluto is a lot about control. So just be conscious of that. There are some complexities there. But if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand what more serious astrology can do for you personally, if you give me 3 pieces of your birth data of time, date and place of birth, or if you only have your date and place, I can produce for you either my natal life roadmap report, which will help you to get a much more intimate understanding of the patterns that have played out in your life, but also work with them more closely future forwards. But both analyses, the second is based on the Sun as the ascendant, but both these analyses can be complemented with 30% off with my 12-month personal forecast. Again, totally unique to you, and these can give you searing insights into when you make your moves. If you're someone who's really into YouTube videos, the solar package will work really well for you. If you have some sense of your ascendant and more serious astrology, stick to the standard package. But please see the link below for more. So Aquarius, your week commencing the 17th of April forecast starts really brightly. The third house energy that really reached the peak with last week's conjunction between the Sun and Jupiter, the Cazimi, really gave you an opportunity to articulate yourself in a powerful way, to animate your message in a way which was going to be visible, attractive, bubbly. And of course, Mercury has moved into a more reflective area, but if you're wanting to make changes to where you live, this is going to be really helpful, particularly as the angle to Mars is so aligned. So if you need to make some physical moves around where you live, or you're thinking of starting a business from home, there's lots of opportunities. But the solar eclipse obviously occurs right at the end of Aries. So that's your daily communications. If you are trying to reach out to people, the next 6 months can be powerful. But because it's on the cusp of the sun moving into Taurus, which is house 4, I feel that the clash between Pluto and this particular event could be just toggling between what you need as an individual and what's really good for you at a more emotional level. Then, of course, Mercury goes retrograde. The complication here could be that when you're trying to interact about a property matter, maybe it could be with a family member, there is the potential for cross wires or for people not to keep in touch with you as much as you would like them to. But also it's an opportunity to rethink. We all have a way of being or a belief system, and Mercury can be important to those thoughts. And the 4th house is very much to do with security, our immediate emotional environment. So use this Mercury retrograde to your advantage. But I think earlier in the week, Mercury and Mars can really be a very action orientated, very passionate combination in a positive way. But I just feel that with the solar eclipse being so late in Aries, the ideas can pour out over the next 6 months, and they surely will. But it's all about how it feels. And if your overall mission is about creating a greater sense of emotional and family and physical security, you are definitely on the right track, even if there are a few little roadblocks over the next few weeks with Mercury in retrograde, and you may have to stop, try something again. But by the middle of May, and most of all by the end of May, I think you'll be through most of these and clearer about how you can use this combination of energies to your advantage. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Please do like, comment, or subscribe.